Hi guys, Alberto here. You're watching the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel, and today I'm covering 3 effects from the new Harley Benton Double Pedal series. So I have here the Evil Twin, which is a double drive. I have the Double Vision, which has tremolo and chorus. And finally I have the Duality, which has delay and reverb. I'm gonna start by providing a short introduction to each one of the pedals. Then I'm gonna play them over a backing track using several different combinations and different settings. And then we move on to the review part. Also, if you want to check more samples and more detailed reviews, I'm gonna release individual videos on each one of these pedals in the future, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned. So without further ado, let's go. The whole idea of the Harley Benton Double Pedal series is to combine 2 different effects into one compact housing so that you can save some precious pedalboard real estate. So you get the typical controls for your effects, and in the middle you always have a toggle switch to choose how you want to combine both effects. So you can set it to A or B, so essentially you are always switching between one effect or the other using the foot switches, or you can choose to stack effect A into effect B or effect B into effect A. So this gives you quite some versatile combinations to choose from. In terms of pricing, the analog pedals go for about 80 euros here in Germany, and the digital ones go for about 100 euros. So they are a bit more expensive than your typical Harley Benton pedals, and here I have picked the 3 pedals that I found most interesting to try. So the first pedal is the Evil Twin. It combines 2 different styles of overdrive. The first one is called Tube Drive. It's based on a tube screamer, so it's a low gain mid-pushed drive. It has volume gain and tone controls, and also a toggle switch between warm and hot. And hot will give you a little more gain and a lot more volume. Then the second effect is based on a full tone OCD, so it's a full frequency range overdrive. It also has controls for gain, volume and tone, and it has a toggle switch between low peak and high peak modes, where low peak has a more neutral EQ, where the high peak mode has a bit more of these mid-range bites that you associate with Marshall amps. The second one is the Double Vision, which combines analog, tremolo and chorus effects, and I believe these are based on Boss TR2 and CE2 respectively. They feel very warm, very nice, how analog modulation effects are supposed to. For the tremolo, you have controls for the depth, for the speed, and for the bias, which is the waveform. So you can set it all the way from a very smooth sine wave all the way to a very choppy square wave. For the chorus, then you have controls for the level, for the depth, and for the rate. Finally, we have the Duality, which is the only digital pedal in the mix. It's got the delay, the reverb. Each one of them has a toggle switch between 3 different modes. So for the delay, we have analog, we have real, which is a space echo, and then tape. And we have controls for the time, for the level, and for the feedback. On the reverb side, then we have, again, 3 different modes. So studio reverb, church reverb, or plate reverb. And we have controls here for the decay, for the tone, so you can set the reverb brighter or darker, and also for the mix, so you can set it completely dry or completely wet, so just a reverb sound or anything in between. Now let's hear a bunch of different sounds playing the pedals over a backing track. I'm gonna use a few different guitars. They are all going straight into the Harley Benton Evil Twin, then into the Double Vision, and finally into the Duality. And then this is gonna hit the front end of my amp, which is the Victory V40, the Duchess. And as usual, I'm gonna take a line out from the amp using the 2 Notes Torpedo Captor, and then use the Wall of Sound plugin for cabinet simulation. The cabinet today is a Victory 4x12 open back, loaded with Celestion G12 M65 speakers, and this is mic'd with a combination of both ribbon and dynamic microphones. So let me know what you think about this new Harley Benton Double Pedal series. Overall, I'm really happy with the results. I think they all sounded quite amazing, and it was also very easy to dial them in. The controls, they all react nicely and they do what they're supposed to do. You also have quite a good range in most of the controls. So it's really, really good to dial in your own sound. I also feel with these three pedals, you can cover quite a lot of ground already. So this will be a very nice sort of small and flexible pedal board to bring to gigs and rehearsal. In my opinion, one thing they got wrong with these pedals is to have side-mounted jacks. So I'm generally a big fan of top-mounted jacks, and I think these are really mandatory for double pedals because the main point is to save pedal board real estate, and by placing them in the side, you're always losing the space because of the cables here. Another weird thing about these pedals is the pricing. I never thought I would bitch about the price on a Harley Benton video, but this is actually happening. So I feel 80 to 100 euros for a Harley Benton pedal is quite a lot. And you get some decent build quality. It's not on the same level as Boss or other manufacturers, but it's quite decent. The pedals are made in China. You have a decent control range, as I mentioned, because very often with cheap pedals, you don't get so much range on the controls, but that's not the case here. But still, for 80 bucks or 100 bucks, you can get like 3 to 4 regular or mini Harley Benton pedals that will cover more ground than any of these double pedals. So this is something to consider if you're shopping around for new pedals. So that's it for today. I really hope the review was helpful and fun to watch. If that's the case, make sure to leave it a like. And if you want to see more guitar and gear related content, also make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned. Also, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel, make sure to check my affiliate links in the video description down below. If you use them to buy any of these pedals or any item, I earn a small commission, and this really helps me to get the channel going and acquire more products for making reviews like this one at no additional cost for you. So keep on rocking and cheers!